Unexpected money is closer than you think, and this message found you at the exact moment you needed to hear that. Not because everything around you already looks different, not because every problem has disappeared, and not because all the answers are already visible, but because God is moving now in ways your eyes have not fully caught up with yet. There are seasons when heaven begins to shift things before your circumstances know how to reflect it, and this may be one of those moments in your life. You may still see the same bills, the same unfinished plans, the same responsibilities pressing against your peace, but beneath what looks unchanged, movement has already begun. God is not waiting to care. He is not delaying because he forgot you. He is not distant from the pressure you have been carrying in silence. He has seen the strain, the calculations, the quiet fear that tries to visit you late at night, and he is already arranging something you do not fully see yet. Stay with this message, because before it ends, you will understand why the delay has not been empty, why the sign of movement is often subtle at first, and what you need to watch for when unexpected provision starts drawing near in a way that cannot be explained by chance alone. One of the hardest things about financial pressure is that it tries to convince you that if the answer were really coming, you would already see obvious evidence. It tells you that if God were moving, the phone would have rung by now, the payment would have arrived by now, the opportunity would have appeared by now, the door would have opened by now. But that is not always how divine movement begins. Sometimes God moves in hidden layers before the visible result breaks through. Sometimes he starts in conversations you do not know are happening, in decisions being made in rooms you have never entered, in people remembering your name after months of silence, in ideas returning to you with greater clarity than before, in doors softening before they swing open. This is why unexpected money can be much closer than you think while your emotions are still telling you nothing is happening. Fear measures by what it can count in the moment. Faith learns to recognize movement before manifestation. And right now, the message is not just that money will come someday. The message is that God is moving now. Not later, not in theory, not in vague possibility, but now, in real time, in the hidden architecture of your next season, shaping the path by which provision will find its way into your hands and into your life. There are signs that provision is near, and many people miss them because they are looking only for the final outcome instead of the first indication. The first sign is renewed attention. Things you had ignored, postponed, buried, or almost given up on start rising back into your awareness. A call you need to make, a skill you need to use, an offer you need to revisit, a connection you need to restore.
The second sign is a return of inner steadiness. You are still under pressure, but you notice that panic does not own you the way it did before. Something in you is becoming calmer, clearer, more alert. That matters because God often restores peace before he releases proof. The third sign is unusual alignment. Small things begin falling into place in a way that feels too timely to dismiss. A conversation happens at the right time. An idea lands with force. A delay unexpectedly protects you from the wrong move. A resource appears just when your strength was thinning out. These signs may seem small to an anxious mind, but they are not small to a discerning spirit. They are often the first ripples of a larger wave of provision. Unexpected money is closer than you think because God rarely sends an answer without first sending signals to prepare your attention to receive it well. But this word is not only about what God is bringing to you, it is also about what he is changing within you while the answer approaches. Because provision without preparation can become temporary relief instead of lasting transformation. That is why God often works on your posture while he prepares your breakthrough. He teaches you not to collapse every time numbers look tight. He teaches you not to worship urgency. He teaches you not to let fear narrate your future. He teaches you how to see opportunity without self-sabotage, how to receive help without shame, how to make decisions without desperation, how to step forward without needing every detail first. So do not assume that the waiting season was wasted. Some of what felt like delay was actually construction. God was strengthening your discernment, your patience, your stewardship, your ability to remain steady under pressure. Because what is coming is not supposed to disappear into the same patterns that exhausted you. It is meant to shift more than your bank account. It is meant to shift your rhythm, your confidence, your clarity, and the way you move through life from this point on. Heaven is not interested only in helping you survive one more week.
It is preparing you to walk differently in the season ahead. That is why your response matters now. If God is moving now, then this is not the time to speak like nothing is changing. Do not keep agreeing with permanent defeat. Stop telling yourself that every opportunity passes you by, that nothing good ever stays, that you are always too late, that your effort never matters, that your season will never turn. Those words do not protect you from disappointment. They blind you to movement. Instead, bring your inner language into agreement with what God is doing. Tell yourself that clarity is coming. Tell yourself that provision can reach you in ways you have not yet considered. Tell yourself that you are being positioned, not abandoned. Then pair that belief with action. Send the message, reopen the draft, review the plan, rework the budget, follow up on the lead.
Answer what has been stirring in your spirit for days. The point is not to force a miracle with frantic effort. The point is to stay available to the path provision may take. God is moving now, but you need enough calm in your mind and enough courage in your steps to recognize what is opening before you and walk through it when the moment comes. And here is the deeper comfort in this message. When unexpected money is closer than you think, it also means the burden has not been the whole story. What you have carried was real, but it was never the final chapter. The pressure was heavy, but it was not your identity. The waiting was painful, but it was not proof that God had stepped away. In fact, some of the very places where you thought nothing was happening may become the places where you later realize heaven was doing its quietest and most precise work. A person may return, a stalled path may restart, a new source may emerge, an old answer may come back in a new form. And when it happens, you will understand why God did not need your panic to make it happen. He needed your steadiness. He needed your trust to stay alive long enough for you to recognize the answer when it arrived. This is why the message says closer than you think, because fear always exaggerates the distance between you and relief. But God can shorten that distance in a moment. He can move with precision where you only saw delay. He can release provision through channels you never thought to watch, and He can do it while restoring your peace at the same time. So receive this word fully. Unexpected money is closer than you think, and God is moving now. Even if the evidence still looks partial, even if you cannot map the whole process, even if the answer has not reached your hand yet, stay attentive, stay grounded, stay open. Watch for the call, the opening, the correction, the favor, the unexpected yes, the return of something you thought was gone, the surprising idea that carries more weight than the others. Do not dismiss the early signs because they look smaller than the full breakthrough you imagined. Small beginnings often carry the fingerprints of larger provision. And when the answer arrives, let it find you stable, grateful, and ready to steward it well. If this message spoke directly to you, write "God is moving now" in the comments as your declaration of agreement. Let that phrase anchor your spirit today. Then carry this truth into the rest of your day. Nothing about your struggle has been unseen. Nothing about this timing is accidental, and nothing God is arranging for you will arrive outside the order of His purpose. Unexpected money is closer than you think, and this season is beginning to turn in your favor now.